Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the host of the Webtalk Legends Podcast. This is number 82 on the life of this podcast. It's all about sharing the story for our guests. We're going to talk about a variety of different things that you can actually learn from, that you can actually implement and take action if you choose down the road. If you do use some of the things we talk about, the tips, strategies, some of the things that we go into on our conversation, drop a comment. We would love to know what's working for you as well. Couple housekeeping rules. If you're watching live, drop a hashtag live. If you want to go a step above, if you really support us, make sure you drop a comment where you're watching from. I also, those are on the replay, drop a hashtag replay and engage. If you have questions, if you agree, you disagree, if you have a favorite emoji, drop it consistently throughout the live. We would love for that support. Let me bring on a new friend of mine. We're going to bring on Chico. What's up, man? How are you?
How's it going, brother?
Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. We started a little bit late, which is fine. Hey, it's all about being persistent and getting things done no matter what. Technology sometimes has some hiccups. So before we get into our conversation, can you give us an introduction of who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm Chef Chico. I'm a 28-year vet, 6-time award winner. Wasn't easy getting to that role. Retired now. It's all about having fun, and hopefully I can share with your audience, some experience that maybe I could give them and they could take along with it.
I know there was some things that you have. If people look at the bio, and people should look at descriptions, some things have happened in your life that have changed, who you are, what you do. And I would love to hear about, there are people, there are especially guys out there that are dealing with depression. What are some strategies, some of the tips, some of the ideas that you were able to utilize from some of the turbulence or the turmoil that you've had in your past?
Well, when I had to medically retire, that was probably the worst part of my life when I had to retire, especially after the surgery. Um, my mom passed, and I really was like, I didn't care no more. Went through the real big, deep part of depression. I never knew how depression really felt until I hit that part. And it's very serious. How I overcame it is the councilwoman in my town. She actually was that mother's voice that this grown man needed to hear. She lost her son in Iraq from an IED, and it was just something we both needed at that time. She needed a son, and I needed that mother figure. And somehow, I say her son and my mom just put us together. And I just said, you know what? I don't want to be like that no more. I'd be damned if I sit there and let what I bust my behind for, you know, stop me. And I got up. I left the booze and the prescription pills alone. I got right back in that kitchen. Nothing was stopping me anymore.
That's some troubles that people have. The booze, the liquor, they hide behind things. They think they're going to cover up the problems that they have with that. That's not the solution. So I applaud you. Yeah, some people have that dark times and they stay in it. But you had somebody, you had the light shine on you, that allow you to get away from that situation, kind of change your life. And being the chef, what were you before a chef? Were you was that always what you were into doing, or what were, some of the jobs, the occupations you had before being the chef you were today?
Well, you know, 28 years ago, I graduated culinary school. I went to Escoffier down there in Austin, Texas. I put myself actually through school, working at Burger King, making $5.15 an hour.
5:15,
Uh,
right?
yeah. So I'm a born raised in the ghetto. So there's only a couple of ways out. You can either go the gangway, rapping, athlete, academics. That was the only way out. And what inspired me as a kid that I always wanted to be a chef was actually watching Chef Burt Wolf, watching Three's Company, Jack Tripper being a chef. That's all I kept hearing from him. I'm a chef. I'm a chef. And when I did home economics in elementary school, I knew exactly what I wanted to be, and I said that's my way out. And I took it. I did 3 years in culinary school. I did a year intern at Spargos under Wolfgang Puck in 2001, actually for a year. I wanted to know more. You can never know too much as a chef. I'm still learning to this day other cuisines. Like I just started doing Irish cuisines. You can never you can never stop learning as you go as well.
I'm glad you said that. A lot of people become complacent. They're like, oh, I'm at a certain stage of my life, my career, and that's it. You could always be focused on growing. If you have that abundance mindset, there's almost, all this opportunity out there. You have that limited mindset. That's why people stop learning. But I think the more you learn, the more you're going to earn as well. So that opens up other opportunities throughout. And it's amazing how there's so much opportunity. You learn from Wolfgang Puck. You were at the culinary store. Then you learn your own stuff, right? You have some days you just wheel and deal and see what happens and make that concoction. And all of a sudden it's artistry, right?
Dibble and dabble. That's what we call it. And now I have over 1,000 signature recipes that I created. I don't mimic anybody. I do a infusion with different stuff, and it actually works. That's how I won my first award for an appetizer. Is a salad nobody ever made before. I did it. I won the award, and I named that actually after the councilwoman's son. And the plaque and the trophy is actually hanging up in our wellness center in Hopatcong as we speak.
Shout out, speaking of Hopatcong and up in that area, Anthony Sessa. He
Yes,
definitely is a great person I know in that area. So definitely a
yes,
shout out. And it's a very awesome thing I want to talk about. You have the book, and I want to see if I can share a couple of we talk about dishes. I want to see if we can share. Let me open this up here. If you can everyone see this? Let's see. Let me open this share. There we go. We have this dish. You see it, Chico? We have some
yes. The salmon right there.
salmon. We're going to talk about the book in a moment. A couple of different shots here. It's about cooking the food, but it's also about the presentation. And as you can tell, look at the presentation that's what we talk about artistry, right? You throw
That's
different
correct.
things that make it look great.
That's
And it's important that others understand we have to be taking those opportunities to express yourself. Let me get us back over here. Those are some of the shots, and puts you together as far as now you have a book that you're putting out, right? Can you talk about your book?
well. Beast Mode Mama's Cooking AP1E, which stands for Press One Entertainment, will be out November 1st. Is currently with Dorrance Publishing, and in the book, I don't really give you know how many teaspoons or 1/4 of this or 1/3 of that. Because I want to. I'm giving them the tool to teach themselves. Just like the back of my cover say, I don't want nobody to cook like me. I'm giving you the tools to cook like you. If you have a passion, you love cooking, then to me, you a chef, no matter how old you are. And who knows, one day I could be at your award ceremony. I could be presenting you with an award. You know, simple as that.
And it's like you said, I like what you said as far as it's allowing someone to be their own chef, to become who they are. Because yeah, it's something that is unique to other individuals. You are able to add something that you like and get away from the things you dislike. So Yeah, to make it really concrete and rigid as far as some recipes can, it allows opening up some other opportunities. Now, when
Exactly.
when things don't go right in the kitchen,
Hmm.
which happens, right? Not everything's perfect.
Yeah,
What
that's
talk to us as far as your mindset going through one of those days? You're having one of those bad days, things are not going right. How do you keep going?
you know, my whether you know it or not, my mentor, he just passed last year. He was also my culinary arts teacher, and when I actually saw him, I'm like, wow, I never known you'll be right here. So what make me uh, keep going is I treat every customer the same. I wouldn't even call them customers. I call them our employees, our employers. That is, without them, there's no us. What keep me going is that smile and the chef. That was amazing. Even though we all mess up. I'm not going for even I mess up. I messed up a couple of times. One time I was trying to get fish and chips out. You know, which is a forbidden to try to defrost it with water. So what I did was I said, let me try to take the shortcut and just put it in the grease. Batter it, put it in the grease, let it fry. I spun it out, and the middle was still kind of raw. I beat myself up right then and there. Can nobody beat me up like myself? And my GM looked at me. He was like, Chico, don't worry about it. We all F up. We none of us perfect. So I just went outside and collected myself. Talked to my little sous chef. That's my right hand man, the only person I trust in my kitchen or in any kitchen on the side of me, or if I'm not there. That's he never been to culinary school though, but he learned 15 years of me, which means he could dizzle and dazzle himself. He getting his book ready, and when we talk, is like we on the same level. All right, we got to the next one got to be better. We're not failing. The next one got to be better and better. We keep pushing ourselves. I like collective criticism because
Hmm.
that don't it shouldn't make no chef angry. That's letting you know what you could do better. Because I be seeing a lot of cocky chefs. Oh this, oh that. No, 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 no. You only cocky because you have little followers. You know, a real chef would not yell in the kitchen. I never had to yell 28 years in the kitchen, not one time. My team is any team I work with or any team I train. They're a chef just like you. They're not looking to how can I say they're not looking to hurt the business. They're looking for a way they can help improve the business.
Hmm.
So if I'm yelling at one of my youngest chefs, all that's going to do is beat him up inside. And why do that? Because a happy chef is a good chef, and a good chef sends out good dishes.
I like that. Now, you're in the kitchen probably 12, 14-hour days. If, those days are coming. What do you do outside of, you know, work? What do you do, allows you to be stressless instead of going through that stressful day?
My children, I have I have 8 children. 5 of them grown. My daughter, she's down there in the same school I went to be a chef. My oldest is 27. He just became a cop in Tacoma, Washington State.
Wow.
My 17-year-old is being he's going to school for underwater welding. My other daughter's a nurse, and then I have my 6, 7, and 8-year-old who live with me, who love cooking, and they can tell you any season. I tried to get my 8-year-old, like I went to the salad house in Sparta actually. I know Michelle. She's a nice, very good person. She owned it. This was her first business, like in the restaurant. So I went there. I helped out for a while, and I brought my son a black and blue salad. So I'm like, okay, Jaden, here go your salad with your ranch. It wasn't ranch. It was blue cheese though. I wanted to try to get him. He came back, Daddy. That's not ranch. I said, yes, it is. It's ranch. Yeah. He said, no, it's not. I said, yes, it's ranch, Jaden. So I gave him the little meme face. It's ranch, Jaden. He's like, no, it's not, Daddy. It's blue cheese. I said, bravo. You got it. So I gave him his salad actually with the ranch, and I took mine with the blue cheese. So that my children is my inspiration. All 8 of them is my inspiration. I know there's some not to change topics, but it's a lot of saying black men and their children. My stepfather told me from day one, before my oldest, and my oldest is 26 now.
Mm-hmm.
If you make a baby, you better take care of him. That's all he had to say. That's what made me go to culinary school when I had my first son. And I said, listen, I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm going to be better. And once I hit the culinary school, it was a wrap. I'm like, I could stay 2 years. I could have stayed 1 year. No, I wanted 3 years. I wanted to know everything there is about cooking. Now, had I known all you need is a safe serve nowadays, I could have saved my money back then. I could have saved my money. Everybody was driving around in their little cars and stuff. I'm catching the bus. I'm sitting there with the one finger out, waiting on the bus to get to school. All you need now is a safe serve. That's it. But I applaud them because that takes it to you. It's a test you can't study. You can't study. When you take that right then and there. So you got to watch and you got to memorize. It's just like cooking. Memorize your temperature. Memorize your foodborne illness. You got to memorize everything. Cross contamination. All this. It's all about memorize. See, in school, I could study for it. I got days to study. But taking that safe serve, you have to take it right there in front of an instructor. So there's no cheating. And that's an all day thing right there. All day. Because when I was at Patrick's Pub, when I was helping them out. Shout out to Patrick's Pub too. They was good. That's where we won our first award at. The bar manager Adrian and the kitchen manager Terry, which is my guy, they was there in there all day taking that safe serve. All day. I'm like, I can't sit there at no table all day and take no test. Not no more. But 28 years ago, yes. But not no more. I can't sit down for that's many hours. But
you had to be motivated because of the situation you were in, being a father. And I like what you said. It's not just black men, it's guys in general. Guys have to step up. If you are procreating, you're bringing kids into this world, we got to take care of them. I have 4 myself. I'm not going to have any more than that. But it's important that, yes, you are supporting the mom, making sure you are there. You're present. Exactly. You're not just here's child support. And if you have to pay child support, pay the child support. So everyone's taken care of, because the kids don't know what has happened between you and the mom. You got to make sure that you're always there. Phone is always on. And I appreciate hearing that, because yes, I have a divorce in my past. I have my daughter who's 16 and going to be 17. And I was always there, and I have 3 more. So it's important that we are there. And so I applaud you for being there. But that drove you when you first started to get after it, to do what you got to do to make things happen, right?
Yes.
And it's important. So those that are watching, step up, guys, especially those guys that are out there. What kind of sports are you into, Chico? Chico?
Well, I'm about to start teaching. Again, I was teaching basketball for Sparta last year, and I'm gonna do it again in January, teaching like kindergartens to 8th graders. Because even in high school, I was a good basketball player, but back then I also was kind of a knucklehead. So that didn't work out. And speaking of it, thank you for saying that. So I'm at Patrick's. So I'm creating something in the kitchen now. I think I was doing the hot sauce. I picked like 13 of New Jersey's hottest peppers because Adrian, which is the bar manager and the owner's brother, he's Irish, so he said he loves spicy stuff. Okay, I got you. And as I look up, I'm seeing this lady looking into my face. So I did what I normally do, like in the back of my book cover, how my mother's cheesing. That so I looked at her, I started cheesing like, can I help you? She was like, what school did you go to? I said, ma'am, I didn't go to no school in Hopatcong. She was like, no, not in Hopatcong, in East Orange. I'm like, huh? So when I happened to look at her, I'm like, Miss Moser? She like, uh-huh. I'm like 30 years and I still remember. The first thing I told her I remember was her red Nissan Pulsar she had in high school. Oh, she was hot. No, we was young. I'm like, wow. Like after 30 years. But I and this is the only way I knew how to say my town. When I was in her class, she said she lived in Lake Hopatcong. So that town always stuck with me. So if like one of my cousins them come, they be like, how do you get to what's the name of your Hopatcong? I'm like, listen, I know where y'all coming from. Because if it weren't for my teacher, I wouldn't even know how to say it. and she was, we kicked it a little bit. She was like, when she heard the name, she was like, wait, there's only one African American man who was in my class named Chico. And when she came, it was me. And we live right down the street from each other. Ain't that like a coincidence?
See,
Right
you
down.
say making impressions on people. That's important. That people have to understand. Every time you talk to somebody, you're leaving an impression. It could be a positive or a negative, and that person was positive because it stayed with you for over 30 years. So that's a powerful thing, and that's what people should be thinking about when we're having conversations with others. Are you making an imprint? Are you making some time to connect with somebody so that you can be remembered? That's a powerful thing.
Yes, it is, and that's a good tool to have too.
Yeah, because it's important to really go deep with people, and I know time is very important. I know people are popping in. If you're popping in, definitely don't forget to drop a comment, what you're thinking about, what we're having conversation about. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that share button. And I want to remind Chef Chico, can you give us a little plug for your book before we end?
Can't do all that. If I tell you, then we have to kill you. But November 1st, it hit the shelves. Doran's Publishing, Beast Mode / Mama's Cooking, AP1E. You're gonna see dishes you never seen in your life. Fish and chips. Certain way would I can't tell you all that. Y'all have to wait till the book come out. But we also working on a cooking app as well, which is gonna be Beast Mode Mama's Cooking. Small town, big taste, which is my town, Hopatcong. I also got my second book, Volume 2, that'll be out in February. And Volume 3 is I'm working on it. That's the end of a 28-year era. And that one's going to be dedicated to Sergeant Moses of East Orange PD. Somebody who influenced me when I was a kid. Every time I tried to play hooky, somehow, some way, he always seemed to find where I was. And that's dedicated to him. May he rest in peace. East Orange, they lost a good one, a very good one. So that one is dedicated to my hometown, East Orange, and Sergeant Moses, definitely. Then we're gonna have now hold y'all horses now. I wasn't always a good boy now. I can tell you that. We're gonna have our 12 chapter book is gonna be one of probably 50. It's gonna make 50 Shades of Grey look like a welfare case. I can tell you that now. It's gonna be called Jody versus Diamond versus Corpse to Don. It's gonna be hit from 3 angles: love, thug, and thought. And This is real life story. Let me let y'all know now. The women name has been changed because I don't want to get sued. But that one is going to be something to look forward to. And Shawn, thanks a lot. It's good that we friends now. You're in the friend zone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Thanks
definitely,
for having me.
I
And
appreciate it, man.
your audience, y'all, look out for the book. November 1st, AP1E Beast Mode / Mama's Cooking.
We're going to drop a couple links in the comments later on as well. Definitely take a look at it. Chico, thanks so much. Yes, we are friends now, and we're going to definitely help each other, support each other, grow together. And those that are popping in, we hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Enjoy.